Look, they were disappointing today. I mean, 93rd minute before they registered their first shot on target. It's a game that got away from Sunderland. We'll talk about them in just a short while. He seemed very, very downbeat in that interview. I guess people read a lot into that. But for a draw at Sunderland, less for a United side, they need to be going to a place like that and expecting more. But he seemed very despondent.
Yeah, he did. He just didn't sound right. Even like, it is a good point. You know, when you don't play well, get a point. But when you're manager of Man United, you've got to come out and say, all right, it was a point, but we expect to come here and win this game, so I'm disappointed. It was like it was a good result, and it wasn't a good result. It wasn't a good performance. What it was worrying is next season. This season, I said before, once a week. Now, all of a sudden, you know, next season they're going to be in Champions League football, and their squad looks very shallow. You know, Mason Mount's playing centre midfield today with Mainu. You know, Zertsky up front. Sorry, but he's not going to do it for Man United, in my opinion, so he'll probably be moved on. So it just shows you where they are. So it'll be a worry for them. They need to invest in some players, otherwise they'll be fighting for top 4 next season. Well,
let's just pick you up, Merce, on that squad size, because it's clearly something that's going to be needed addressed. I mean, it's underlined by the fact that in the 4 games where Casemiro hasn't started, they haven't won. And, of course, he's leaving the club at the end of the season. So I guess the question is, they're going to need to do some big buying over the course of the summer. You're going to be back in the Champions League and hopefully competing on multiple fronts next season. They just haven't got that depth. No. So does Carrick get trusted to help bring that depth?
Well, that'll be up to the owners of the club.
Do you think he should?
For me, he's done enough to get him in this. He's got them into the Champions League. They never looked like getting in the Champions League before he come in a million years. But he's a big decision because, you know, they've got to buy a centre midfield player, top draw centre midfield player. The one that comes to mind is Anderson, but Anderson's still young. Do you know what I mean? He's played at Forest. You see him this week, the other day at Villa. Got run ragged, you know. So he's got to come here and dictate the game with Mainu. They haven't got a centre forward. I mean, Sesko plays up front, but they still need another one because Zertsky, for me, just hasn't got it, in my opinion. I think he's a nice player, but I just don't think this is the club for him. But they need to sort something out because I think next season, watching that today, and I don't want to take anything away from Sunderland because I thought Sunderland were really, really good, but they will have to invest, and I don't know how it'll work with the fair play rule, how much they can invest, but they need some players.
Well, anyone here be surprised, well, not surprised to see Carrick not in charge come the start of next season? Anyone expect him to maybe not be there next season?
I think he deserves it, but as we spoke about earlier on in the show, why has it took this long to appoint him? So there's always, I think they must be looking at other candidates and saying other people where they interview other people, but all Michael Carrick can do is do the job he's doing at the moment. Mercy's right, though. You can't be happy going to Sunderland. You're a Man United Football Club and getting a 0-0. He's probably happy because he knows his team didn't play well and he's happy to come away with a point.
But even if you privately think that, don't say it.
Exactly. Don't say it. And then, they did have a few injuries. They missed Casemiro as well, but I think he's done a brilliant job there, but a fantastic job. But next season is when he'll be judged massively. But, you wish him well and you hope he does get the job.